Brian Evans here with realestateinvestorcoach.com. Thanks for joining me for another session on just some great real estate investing tips and strategies and techniques. Today I want to talk to you about how to use land trusts. Okay. First of all, what is a land trust? Well, don't make this complicated, okay? Many of you watching this video, you might know what a land trust is. You might already be using land trusts. If you are, that's fantastic. Keep doing what you're doing. But for those of you that aren't using land trusts and aren't exactly sure what it is, I'm going to go through this with you and try to explain it as simply as possible, okay? Well, a land trust is nothing more than a way to take title to real estate. It's nothing more than that, okay? It's not an entity that you go file an EIN number. We'll get to all that stuff. But it's just a way to take title to real estate. Whatever goes on public record, that's what gets recorded in a land trust, okay? There are two parts to a land trust. The first part is a warranty deed to trustee, okay? This is the piece of paper that you sign when you buy a property, and the seller signs, which deeds the property to you if you're buying. It's a warranty deed to trustee. The second part to a land trust is a trust agreement, okay? Trust agreement is what outlines the rules of the trust, and it outlines who owns the trust, okay? Because the warranty deed goes on public record, and the trustee is signs as the buyer of the property, okay? So the trustee manages the trust, the beneficiary owns the trust, okay? The trust agreement does not get recorded, okay? Only the warranty deed to trustee gets recorded. Now bear with me, I'm going to keep going into this in more detail, so stay patient. Okay, why use a land trust? Well, first of all, the main reason is for privacy, okay? A land trust is not an asset protection vehicle. It doesn't give you asset protection, but the main thing is privacy. What you want to do is keep your name off of public record. I don't want your name on public record on any of the properties that you are buying at all. Even your own residence should be in a land trust. Mine is, and all my properties I own are in a land trust. I don't want the world knowing all the properties that I buy and all the properties that I own, because if for some reason some attorney someday gets some funny hair up his then he can go look on public record and see what properties I own and have some fun with it, and that's not right. So I want privacy. That's the main thing. It keeps your name off public record. The trust, I want you to understand this, the trust owns the house, but you own the trust. So it's a separation from you to the property is all this trust is. Make sense? Hopefully? All right. Who is involved? Okay, well, first of all, you or your LLC or other entity, whatever, is the beneficial interest in the trust. So either you or your LLC owns the trust. In my case, it's my LLC. I've got separate LLCs for different properties, not one LLC per property. I'm not going into that, but my LLC is what provides my asset protection. The trust provides the first layer of privacy. My LLC is the beneficial interest in my trusts, okay? If you don't have an LLC, just you be the beneficial interest, okay? It's not a big deal at the beginning. The other part is you're going to designate somebody to be the trustee. This can be a person, an individual, or it can be another entity. Don't make it complicated. Just designate somebody whom you trust to be the trustee. In my case, I use one of my entities because I like to be in control. Okay, the trustee is what's on public record, not the beneficial interest. Remember that again. The trustee's name or entity name is going to be on public record, not your personal name, not the beneficial interest name, which is in the trust agreement. Okay. Next, does the land trust need an account number, a bank account number, or an EIN number? No, it does not need either one of those. Don't even think about it. Don't go down and get a bank account, and don't file for an EIN number. Don't make it complicated. It doesn't work that way. Land trust is only a way to take title to a property. Each property also should be in its own individual land trust. You don't want to have one land trust owning multiple properties. It's not smart business. Again, you want to separate your eggs. You don't want to have all your eggs in one basket, and that's what this land trust helps you do. Each property should be in its own individual land trust. Okay. Well, what should the name of my land trust be? Well, the name of it can be whatever you want it to be. Okay. For me, in order to stay organized and on top of things, I like for the name of my trust to be the address of the property that I'm owning. For example, 123 Main Street Family Land Trust. It would be an example of a name that I use for my trust. But you can name it whatever you want. I mean, you can name it, John Smith Family Land Trust, or Bow and Arrow Family Land Trust, whatever. It doesn't matter what the name of the trust is. It's just a way for you to understand and remember and keep your properties organized as best as possible. So I would advise you to use the name of the address. Does it cost any extra for you to take title in the land trust? No, it does not. Okay, when you buy a property, you're going to have to sign and record a deed anyway. You might as well sign and record a deed that's a warranty deed to trustee, instead of signing the property and accepting the property in your own name or in your LLC's name or whatever. Take title to the property in your trust, in your land trust, and have the trustee sign the paperwork. And if your entity is the trustee and you control the entity, well, then you're going to have to sign the paperwork as the trustee for the entity who is acting as the trustee. Does that make sense? Hopefully I didn't lose you. But no, it doesn't cost any extra to use a land trust, period, and it provides you with privacy, and that's so important. So take title to each property using a land trust, because it doesn't cost anything extra. Okay. Well, what about the IRS? Okay. Well, first of all, the IRS does not care how you take title to a property or who the beneficial interest of the property is. All they care about is where money is coming from, where money is going out, and what entity is reporting the flow of the money. Okay, so don't get caught up in all this IRS stuff, and probably I wouldn't even tell your accountant or CPA that you take title to your properties in a land trust, because it doesn't matter. Okay, they might screw it up. So just know that a land trust is, again, only a way to take title to a property to provide you another layer of separation from the world and give you some privacy. Okay. All right. Well, what do I do with the trust agreement? Good question. It's up to you. You can do whatever you want with it. It does not get recorded. It does not go on public record. The world does not know who owns the trust or who the beneficial interest is. The only people who know this is you, who has the trust agreement. I would personally keep the trust agreement in a safe place, in a private place, because it's only a piece of paper, a couple pieces of paper that shows who the beneficial interest is, who the owner is. So that's something that you want to know and have on your hands. Keep it in a safe or in your file drawer or whatever, but that's for your privacy and your records and nobody else's. Okay. This next slide is a simple mind map that I put together, and it's how to set up a land trust mind map. It's kind of corny looking, but I tried to make it as simple as possible to explain to you that it's really not that difficult. So if you look at the images and read the captions, hopefully you can read it from the video screen that you're looking at. But there's two people in the beginning, top left corner, that says, one guy says is the seller and the other person is you, and you're ready to make a deal. You've got the property, 123 Main Street, and next thing you do is you draft, you go to closing and you put together a warranty deed to trustee. Your attorney is gonna use your deed that you provide them. It's signed by the seller as grantor, and it's signed by you or your company as trustee. You have the name of the trust, 123 Main Street Family Trust, and it's signed and witnessed by a notary. Okay. Next thing is, if you follow that long loopy arrow down, this warranty deed to trustee gets recorded by you or your attorney at the public records office. Next thing, you've got an agreement and declaration of trust, which is again signed by you or your company as trustee. It's signed by you or your company as beneficiary, whoever you're going to designate as the beneficiary, and it's signed and witnessed by a notary as well. It doesn't have to be notarized, but I like to notarize mine. And this document does not get recorded; it's for your file only. And as you can see, the next image there is the agreement and declaration of trust goes into your filing cabinet, and the property is now in a land trust. It really is this simple. Which brings me to my next slide. Is it really this simple? Yes, it is. Don't overcomplicate this, okay? I buy every single property in a land trust no matter what, and so should you. So go back and watch this video again. If you have some questions, write them down, and if you're an insider, which you should be, send me a post, send me a comment if you have a question, and I'll do my best to answer it as quickly as possible. So with that said, that's today's lesson on how to use and operate a land trust. I know it's a very basic overview, and there are some few other minor details in there, but this is really all you need to know. So again, if you want to ask me some questions, if you want to learn more about this, and want to learn more about me and real estate investing in general, then make sure you go to realestateinvestorcoach.com and sign up there to become an insider today. It's free, and I'll send you money-making tips and content every single week. Keep you on top of your game and keep you sharp. So again, this is Brian Evans with realestateinvestorcoach.com. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you again next week. Take care.